What's going on, all you beautiful people? Dragast here, and welcome to Birthdays the Beginning. Now, this is a new game that's going to be coming out on the 9th of May, which should be tomorrow, assuming I get this video up today. And this game is so damn fun. I actually played it for a couple hours yesterday, and I was kind of addicted to it. So the best way I can explain it is it's kind of like a game like Spore meets a god game like Universe Sim. Basically, you build the ecosystem and different creatures will evolve around that ecosystem based on what you create. So you're kind of forming the world, and creatures will be made based on what you can do. For example, if you make a lot of high zones, there's going to be high terrain creatures. If you make a lot of water, there's obviously going to be a lot of water-based creatures. Ultimately, you can get to the end of the ecosystem, which is kind of like dinosaurs. I guess there's humanoids and whatnot, but you gotta start off with, you know, the single-celled organisms, the mold, things like that, and that's probably what we're gonna be doing today. So that being said, this is an awesome game. I'm excited to get into it, so let's hit free mode now and check it out. By the way, there is different modes. You can go into the story kind of mode where there's different challenges. You can go into the challenge mode, but I like the free mode because you can do whatever the hell you want. Now, cube size is world size. We're gonna go with a normal world for right now and just see how we can do. You can also transfer your terrain and organisms and all the things you can do between your worlds if you do want to keep the creatures that you make and whatnot. We're gonna start off fresh though, and here is our world. Welcome to this unknown world. Do you know who I am? Have we already met? Well, you've met me, but you haven't met my audience. My memory is fuzzy. There's nothing that'll prevent you from progressing. I don't have a name myself, but if you want, you can call me Navi. So Navi's kind of our dude that goes around and actually builds the world. He's the god, if you will, but we actually control him. That thing on your left is your avatar. You can give it any name you want. Oh, I thought that was Navi. I guess Navi's just some random voice we're hearing. But yes, that is our avatar. So what should we name our avatar? You guys know what we're naming our avatar. I'm not that unique, so we're gonna do Shitweed. Only up to 9 English characters, that's not much. But yes, Shitweed is enough. Is that okay? Is that okay with you? My job is to birth life on this world such as this one. Okay. Don't really get it, but it seems like the best approach is to just let you handle everything. Alright, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and birth life here. Alright, you can take it from here. Thank you. So there is a little bit of a tutorial. It's actually quite a long tutorial. We're obviously not doing that, though. We're gonna get right into it here and start building. So we got macro mode and micro mode. This is micro mode. This is where you can actually form the world. So as you can see, our world is pretty damn plain right now. You can actually go and get kind of like a first-person view of our world, and it gets a lot more interesting when there's actually creatures and plants on here, so we're not going to do that right now. Right now, I kind of want to figure out what I want to do. So I think I'm going to go from mountains in the back all the way to water in the front and kind of have, you know, an ecosystem for everything, hopefully. So we're going to go, you know what, I guess this is fine right here. And what we're going to do is start simply digging downwards. You can see the water column here is right underneath the ground, so you can actually see it's changing the layout of the land too. So you can see the cursor status on the right. This is considered lowland. Now that we built some water, that's considered the shallows. So you have to have a little bit of everything if you do want a bunch of different creatures. You also have an HP bar at the bottom left. That's basically the moves that you can currently do. So right now, what we're gonna do is obviously build water. That's the spice of life. That's how we get life started on the planet, so we want a nice, decently sized water column for, you know, little organisms to flourish, different types of plants to flourish, and then hopefully they'll evolve and start walking on land. Now, by doing this, you can actually change the climate of your world as well. I believe the more water you have, the hotter your world is. I'm not totally certain on that, by the way. We are out of HP, so that's all we can do right now, so we're gonna go back to macro mode. But yeah, basically, yeah, we got a bigger world than I thought. Holy crap, I thought I was building a big ocean there, but look at it. But yeah, basically, the more you change the world, the more the climate changes. That can be dangerous, that can be good for life. So now we're going to fast forward time. You know, it takes a long time to build creatures, so basically you have a fast forward button. You can see the cube years at the top. We're at 2,000 cube years. We got phytoplankton now in that water, so that's a new organism that we can go check out later. And that number below it is the population of that organism. So obviously, you want flourishing population so you can build bigger and bigger creatures that will eat those things. Now, they're kind of evening out right now at 47,000, so I'm going to stop time right now. We're 31,000 years into this world, so let's go back to micro mode, and we should have a bunch of HP now that we can use. Yes, 30. Now, I don't think you can ID these creatures because they're too small, possibly. I'm not really sure why, actually. But different creatures you can actually ID, and then you'll see different stats based on them. So what we're going to do right now is just continue to expand this little pond out. Hopefully, the phytoplankton will like this, and we can maybe evolve them into something else in the near future. And there we go again. You can actually see, I think we started at about 55 degrees Celsius. Now we're at 53, so our world is cooling a bit. So maybe adding water does cool it. You can see the air temperature, 53.3 degrees Celsius, and I don't know what that arrow means. Again, we're going to learn some stuff here. I haven't played too much of this game yet, but enough just to kind of understand what's going on. So hopefully what happens here, if we wait a little bit, a new life form will sprawl out. Again, it's going to take a lot of cube years to start a world. You know, it takes a lot of time, and then it gets quick, and then it gets dangerous because things start dying. You know, you really got to control this Earth and try and make everything happy. Alright, we're at 46 HP now, so we're going to once again build again. And then time will give you your HP, I believe. I don't really know how the HP works. I think if you ID your organisms as well, you'll get more HP. Now, you can actually open up the items here. We have a bunch of different items. So I was playing the story mode before. I didn't have all these items, so this is going to be interesting to learn all of these. But these are different godlike things that you can do to obviously help your world grow faster. So you can get intense sunlight, strong sunlight, excess sunlight, vigorous vegetation. You know, you get the idea. Different things that will help you out in making different animals and whatnot. So for example, we have these valley sources. I believe this makes just a big hole in the ground. So let's just try this out. We're going to use that item, and bam, there we go. So now we got a little bit of a deeper zone, which is going to be good for different types of organisms. I'll actually build this out a little bit, and we'll have a nice big valley here. Since we got 19 of these things we can use, that is quite a bit. And again, you're going to want lots of water on your planet, so we're going to focus on making a lot of water in this episode. So, plus 1 degree Celsius, so yes, the more water, it seems to be making the world a little bit hotter. So we'll just dig this down as well. By the way, you can build upwards, it's not just downwards. We're going to build mountains and rivers and whatnot as well. The game does get a lot more complex than this, so I'm obviously excited to get into that. But for the start, you kind of got to make the foundation of life here and build lots and lots of water. Alright, so that should be good for right now. We actually do got some points to spend, so you know what? Let's make a little mountainous region. Again, you can see our map. We got lots of different area, and again, I'm going to want to put most of the mountains in the back, but it doesn't hurt to make a little bit of a mountain zone here, too. By the way, you're supposed to be able to expand out your tool. It's not just 1 pixel wide. I think I got to level up a bit before I can get that tool, which will allow me to build the world much, much quicker. So right now, a little bit of an annoyance. No big deal, though. We're just going to build some mountainous regions. This is considered lowland, which is the same as what's over here. So let's go up a little bit and see what's considered... This is all considered highland. Okay, so upland is 8 upwards. So I just wanted to see that happen. Let's actually build a little mountain here, a very, very crazy mountain, and we'll start, you know, adding some height to this world that we got going on here. So, yeah, we'll just build it down. I guess we're going to kind of build a pyramid here. And we're out of HP, so we can't do much else right now, but we will continue building that later on. And we're going to go back out to macro mode and fast forward some time here. Now, hopefully, good things will happen now, because they should happen really, really quickly here. We still only got phytoplankton, so we do got to get more. There we go. We got a new one, zooplankton. I don't know if you can actually... Hold on, let me pause time here so we don't lose all our HP. So I can't actually see these plankton. I guess they're too small. Let's go to the macro mode and see if we can see them on the map here. I don't think you can, but these are the starting blocks of life. This is what you want, and they're somewhere in our water column here. Not that we can unfortunately see them just yet. So actually, I didn't realize this was closed off. That's where some of our plankton are, so we're going to want to obviously open this up so they can spread if they do want to. Alright, and we'll just get a bit rid of a bunch of this rock, and we are out of HP again. I hope you do level up your character, by the way. You can see the level of shitweed at the bottom left. I think, or at least I hope when you level up you get more HP, because we can't do much ground deformation right now. But you can see at the left now, we are 97% land, 3% water. You definitely want more water than that, but we are well on our way to success here. Again, it's just going to be a bit slow at the start here, as we are waiting for life to form. And And there we go, we got a Stratomolite. That is going to be, I think, our first creature. And what I did to really boost this, I've been actually, well, we're at over 1 million cube years. Let's pause time here in a second. What I did was actually use one of these heating stones to heat the water. I didn't know if it was because I just had a lot of water or I didn't have deep enough water. I was trying a bunch of different things to figure out how to get my first creature here. And wow, did it ever flourish. So I put down this stone that heats the area by 10 degrees, and as you can see, our issue was our world was too cold. So now we got these guys. We can ID these guys, so we're going to capture it, which is kind of like IDing it, and we'll see what it is. Now, we already know it's a Stratomolite. You can see the different rarity here, but yeah, this is our first legit creature. It's an algae native to very hot shallows, utilizes photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. That is what we need for life, so that's the first thing you want. So now we're well on our way to obviously getting some decent creatures here. So there we go, and we got our level up, and that actually gave us 200 HP. So we went from 50 to 200. Man, I didn't know that. If I would have just put a stone in the water, I would have been able to use 200 HP, and I would have been a lot faster to build this damn pyramid. But yes, the pyramid is done now. So now, as you can see on the map, we got a bunch of different little dots everywhere. The green dots represent the Stratomolite. I believe all the creatures are going to have different dots. And these little glowy things are different items that you can pick up. So we got a normal recover leaf. We do want to pick up these things because they are going to be very useful for evolving things. Speaking of that, now that we got a creature, we can probably use the seed of evolution or seed of mutation to make some different creatures. So we're going to do that real quick when we do get back there. And as you can see, since we did level up, I can deform more of the earth, which is going to make building this world a lot quicker. Alright, but what we're going to do is try and evolve this species. So this is the seed of evolution. We only have one of these things, so they're hard to find. It's a seed that promotes evolution in existing organisms. Capture 15 organisms and it will appear in the cube. So I guess we do need to capture a lot more to get a new one, but we're going to want to use this to evolve much quicker. So let's evolve that species. There we go, and some interesting things should happen when we do fast forward time. We can use the seed of mutation as well. It creates mutated forms of organisms. Use seed of life or seed of evolution, and it will appear in the cube. So we're going to try that as well and just see what happens here. What's the fruit of knowledge? A mysterious seed connected to the birth of the human race has no effect unless used on certain species. You know what? We'll try that as well. Why the hell not? Let's use all our items. So we got a bunch of different seeds on these guys. Let's go back out here. Speed up some time, and I'm going to think some interesting things are going to happen. There we go. We got a new species. That one is flourishing, so that's good. We also... What just happened? I think one went away. Or maybe I'm crazy. Anyways, things are flourishing right now, so that's obviously really good. Let's slow down time here. We don't want too much time to go by. Let's go ID these creatures and see what they look like. Alright, so finally, our world has a little bit of life. It's getting a little bit faster now. You can see, okay, I can see these things here. We're going to ID these things, or capture them, rather. There we go, we captured that. Looks like it's another plant thing. A seaweed that lives in very hot shallows alongside Stratomolites. It can be found after breeding Cyclomedusa. Alright, well, I don't think we have that yet. It is quite rare, though, so that's pretty cool. Alright, and something else I wanted to show you, we're going to start building our mountainous region over here, which is going to look pretty ugly right now, but I do want to have, you know, random formations here, kind of making it look like rocks. Obviously, we're in a very square environment, but, basically, I want to build a big mountain here, and you can actually add rivers. We do have a river seed, which is what I want to try and do now. So we're going to build this up quite a bit, and then build a river that hopefully goes down into our ocean. Alright, I think this should be large enough for right now. This is probably going to be the small part of the mountain once we start building this, obviously, all out. So what we need is, I believe, a 3x3 square up here. So we gotta set that up so we can build a river. So we're just gonna make a nice square at the top here for right now. And we will open up our item list here. And river source creates a river source in a 3x3 section of flat land. When you create many rivers, it may appear in the cube. Okay, so we have one river source right now. We need to utilize this because I think it's going to bring different types of life. So we're going to use that. There we go, and that is now a river source. So for example, if we do break this, wrong way there, so there we go, you can build a little waterfall, and then obviously what we're going to want to do is bring this all the way over to our ocean there, which we will be expanding out even more. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this because I think it's just really cool. that you can build rivers like this. And I don't know, I just really like the item style in this game. So we're going to build this down a little bit. There we go. I guess we can make it probably go sideways here. Just like that. Hell, we might even be able to make this split off into two. I don't know. You probably... Oh, yeah, you should totally be able to do that. That's really cool. And then, obviously, we'll expand on this river later on and build, hopefully, new life. And as you can see, this mountain is turning green, so that's a very good thing. All right, and I'm just building out the ocean a little bit here. Again, it's not going to be ugly and straight like this. It's going to have islands and whatnot. I just wanted to bring it closer to the mountain for right now because I do want to finish up this river and connect it to the ocean just to see what happens. I have no idea. So what we're going to do is start bringing this water down here. So there we go. You can see when the water does move, the land likes that. Adding water to the land is going to add, you know, flora. It's going to make it much, much happier here. And we got a bunch of different waterfalls going down this little mountainous region here and right to the ground level. And then I think if we, just dig into the ground here, it's basically putting it into the ocean once we connect it all together. But you can see even the ground around down here is turning green as well, which is really, really cool. So now we just gotta bring this over here, and then we will have all our kind of, I guess you could say, ecosystems connected together, which should hopefully help this out. Again, though, this is a lot of experimentation. I really don't know how to be a good god, so I'm trying my best here just to see what happens. And, yeah, now at least we're connected all the way across the map, and that green is exciting me because I hope new species will flourish now. Alright, let's do some more mutations. Hopefully that will change things. So I don't think we mutated the Calunia here, so we're going to try and use it on that. We'll see what happens. Maybe we should also heat up a few more of the places. You can see we got a global cooling now. Permanently lowers the average temperature in the cube. I don't think that's a good thing. Generally, heat brings life. So we'll wait for that. Again, I don't want to do too many, you know, world-breaking things here, so let's go and do another one of these stones. I think I did the ordinary warmth stone, which increases it by 10 degrees. You can increase it to a maximum of 30 degrees, though, which is absolutely crazy. But, you know what? Let's go over by my river here and warm up the place a little bit. There we go. All right, so you can see the area in which it's warming, basically this whole mountain, as well as this small river part. So, hopefully some interesting things will happen over here. I have no idea. I didn't want to use these things because I would like to warm the whole world organically, but I guess these things are meant to be used. And you know what? Just for funsies, let's put one of these rain clouds. We'll do a large rain cloud over here. Mysterious cloud that raises the soil moisture in an area when used. Well, our soil's not looking too hot right now, but we'll try this out, and, yeah, there we go. We got some, moist soil, I guess you could say, so that should be good. Let's go back and, speed up time, see if anything new pops up here. I'm excited. I hope something happens, but we'll find out real quick here. Oh my god, my Calunia! So whatever I did, I changed the landscape. It's not very happy, and I just paused time because we got 180 left. So yeah, that's the risk you take playing God. You are going to kill off certain species, and... Oh, there we go! We got a new guy, and our Calunia has unfortunately perished. Now, hopefully we can make some more grow in the near future. Let's pause time here and look at Codium Fragile. And there it is right there. It's another, obviously, plant. We got it captured here. Still no animals yet, but they will come in the near future. A seaweed that is adapted to life in warm seawater. It has all but replaced Calunia. All right, so I guess Calunia was supposed to go away, and now we got this. So that's a good thing, I guess. And that's good. Good news. We got Calanupertis. Some more Codium Fragile. Looks like a lot of things are going on now. We got Stromalite back. This Calanupertis. Oh god, that's gonna be hard to say. A lot of these things are gonna be very hard to say. Oh, we got another one too. Cyclomedusa back near the river, it seems. I did expand time really quickly here. Okay, there's a lot of new things. I don't want to, you know, go too fast through this, so let's check out some of these new species here. That's a good sign. Something's on land. I know it's just a plant, but once plants are on land, hopefully life forms are on land very, very soon here. So let's see what this thing is. Seaweed that has spread to land when primeval butterflies first began to appear. Seaweed also attempted to migrate onto land. So that's a very good sign. And we got something in the water column here. Is this thing moving? I think it might actually be moving. Is this actually not a plant life? It looks like a jellyfish. Yes, it is. It's a psychomedusa, primitive jellyfish that float through very hot seas consuming plankton that can be found near stratomylites as well. Okay, so obviously that is what we wanted. That was my ultimate goal this episode, was to get something that actually moves. It might be as simple as a jellyfish, but you know what? That means good things in the near future. We have successful creatures living in our world now. I know our world is still pretty damn barren here, but it does seem to be successful, which is obviously a very good thing. So we can check it out right now. You can see our wonderful little mountain here. There's our little creature guy just hanging out in the river here, so I'm glad I did make this river. And then obviously we got a very big ocean, and for whatever reason, I made a pyramid. You know what? I'm kind of glad I built the pyramid because we don't know really where those things came from. So, yeah, kind of accurate to the real world life. But most of our, obviously, plant life is doing very well over here near this heat stone. And seems to be flourishing quite well. But yeah, we're going to end this episode of Birthdays the Beginning here, guys. If you guys are enjoying this game, please let me know in the comments below or by hitting that like button so I know how I'm doing. Next episode, I think we're going to get into a lot of different creatures, so I'm excited for that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching and liking, guys, and I will see you in the next one.